Right, good evening guys. Welcome to VP4TV. We're getting to the business end of yet another major tournament in Virtual Pool 4 Online. We have a one-loss side match tonight, and it is between MC Clarkey from the UK and YPR, Rodney as we're going to call him. Is he actually... Yeah, he's from the UK as well, according to his flag, but who knows where he's from. The two of them are going at it at the top of the hour in the race to 3 on that one-loss side. And the winner of that match will be playing Tam. In the bottom half of the draw, we have One Pocket Slim already through, so there's two matches to take place before Slim's going to have another match. The deadline for Slim's match is July the 11th. For those of you who weren't with us last night, we've also got the hot seat match in the schedule, and that is the match between Cobra and VP Monster. That goes ahead this Sunday evening at 6 PM UK time, 1 PM Eastern Standard Time, and 10 AM Pacific. I will be there for that, hopefully, touch wood and all the usual stuff. So, well, one thing to bear in mind is that whoever you Plonker Rodney is, he still has the highest run of the tournament of 92. Nobody's topped that yet, but I think he's going to have to be scoring pretty well. I mean, Matt will score also. He's too good a player not to score, but I think this could be a fairly even match. Mind you, it's very hard to judge. Slim's making out that he's no good at this game yet. I think he's won his last 3 matches 3-0, so what does that tell you? He's an out-and-out liar, that's what he is. So anybody can do good in Cowboy as long as you play sensibly and get your scores on the board and keep them. That's something Tam's going to have to fix, because he had a nightmare and a total disaster the other night there against VP Monster. But anybody that's left in this tournament can win it. Cobra's the one to beat though, and VP Monster has certainly got the ammunition to cause him problems. There's going to be a big contrast in that match because you've got VP Monster who likes to and is used to playing at a quick pace. Certainly when we play doubles we don't hang about, and he's up against somebody who doesn't know what a quick pace is, so he's going to have to deal with that. So what time is it? We are 2 minutes away. The other thing to mention is that the good evening to Tam, that the sign-ups for the Virtual World Snooker Championships, I think they close on July the 3rd, so there's only a couple of days left until that bracket goes live. And still, when I checked earlier on, no sign of the defending champion. So unless he decides he's going to get in at the last minute and keep everybody hanging off, then there won't be anybody to defend their title, which is a bit of a surprise. And certainly he can't be away on a holiday that long, because I think Napnicker said he'd notified him a while ago that the tournament was open, so we'll wait and see what happens there. Meanwhile, we're just waiting on this room going up. Welcome to Spudboy, Slim, Tam, anybody else that I've missed. And it should be popping up within the next 30 to 45 seconds. Well, Tam thinks 3-1 to Matt. Spudboy's going 3-1 the other way. I don't know how to call this. Because, you know, as good as you are, you can have a bad night where you're scratching, and Tam knows about that. So anything can be good. So tick tock, room should be going up. And touch wood, nothing's happened over the last 3 days. I'm saying nothing else. Right, here we go. We'll have the lag for the break. And see if I can get it right this time. The player lagging on the right is the one at the top of the HUD. Oh, Matt's using the capo technique for some practice. Yeah, I'm only what 340 subscribers short of 1,000, and that started in 2007. A long way to go. So Matt on the right, and I think he's just won it. He certainly has. Can I change my forecast? What after watching Matt's practice technique? Well, there's the first thing you don't want to do. Oh, you end up fluking the 3-ball. How about that? He wanted to keep something like that for maybe a dicey time during the match, not straight off the break. Welcome to Brain Fill Out. And Matt's getting everything here. He's got the 5 on the side, nudged the 3, potted the 3. So after 2 shots, he's in 12 points. And he's got a good setup here. This is exactly the sort of shape you want right at the start of the rack, so you can get a few points on the board. Usual story with this one. You want to hit a ball half ball. You don't want to do that. I mean, he's still okay because he can pot the 1 and come over to the right and play the carom off that 3 to the 5. No, I didn't. The only one I was keeping an eye on was that England game while I was streaming. Oh, I watched, you should watch some of the videos that are on YouTube. They're hilarious. I posted 2 of them on YouTube, on Facebook earlier today, with the guys who were all watching the match, but they were actually live streaming at the same time. But of course, they can't live stream the match, so we're just watching it and doing reactions during the match. But some of the reactions was hilarious, especially when they went 1-0 down. Oh, they were all slitting their wrists. And then it was a total opposite when England get the equaliser with that Bellingham overhead kick. They went nuts. So if you want a good laugh, go and watch some of those reaction videos. They're really funny. So match run ended on 20. Now we've seen. One thing I've noticed with you, Plonker Rodney, on this 10-footer, he's been caught out with the pace in 1 or 2 shots, and he's actually not got a ball to a rail, or he's not got the cue ball to the ball when he's trying to be cute. So we'll see if any of that crops up, which could be also one of the reasons why he ended up in the 1-loss side. Well, you see, England are the English supporters are panicking. What they're failing to recognise is that they're still in the tournament for a start. Okay, they haven't been playing great. They're still in the tournament. They can rip them to shreds when they're actually officially out of the tournament. But they should be getting behind their team, even though they're not setting the heather on fire, as we would say. But they're going to have to up a level against Switzerland. Switzerland are, look at how they took care of Italy. So England have got to be better against Switzerland. I mean, that if ever they need an incentive, that is it. And if ever they want to think that they're going to live a charmed life just because they escaped in that Slovenia match, they better think again. You've actually got to win a game of football. It's not going to be handed to you. Well, 3 ball has fallen into play and should be good for a follow-up carom. Now we've got a little bit of isolation here. When he pots this 5, he's going to have to keep a line to get onto that 1 ball. Is there any scoring in that France-Belgium match? When I switched it off, it was 0-0 at the time. Still 0-0. Now, it'd be much better playing this carom off the thin edge of the 3, because that way you're kicking, not the 3, the thin edge of the 5. What I was saying is get the cue ball up to here, and then you can actually play the 5 and the cue ball in behind the 3. Because it was never a guarantee he was going to be good. He could have easily hooked himself behind the 3, but he's turned out good. The run goes to 34. And of course the priority is don't lose them, whatever you do. You know, the quicker you can get the balls back in their spots like this, the more likely you are and the more favourable it is to keep the balls live and to keep scoring. That 5 ball just needs to come out a wee bit. Well, stay in the kitchen and get that 5 ball out of there. That's the challenge here, I would assume. Now that's too thin. That's just gone too thin. I mean, he can still get it, but it's gone too thin. He's more likely to brush the 5 ball to the rail here. Well, ended up getting a double hit on it. Well, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be potting the 5, get it back in its spot. I mean, it's not a difficult pot, and the cue ball's heading in a direction into the kitchen, unless he's holding it up. Well, he's stunned it square, so he's now got one option, which is 5 to 3, and he's sitting pretty good in it, so all is good at the moment. He's hit that half ball and hasn't hit it too far either, which is still good enough. Probably a 5-3 to follow here. Mind you, I think he's slightly the wrong side of this 5 ball. He might have to run to the rail. Yeah. And this is a bit dodgy, this one. He's got to be careful with the pace. Now, has he got a shot? Well, he has. It's going to be the long 5 ball. Wants to keep that cue ball over the left hand side so he can get this 5-3 carom and get that 3 ball into play. So really you don't really have to do much other than pot the ball and just watch the pace in the cue ball. And that's, well, it's just gone outward because he's stuck to the rail. So he needs to jack up to get the stun a little bit, or does he think he can get it? No, he's fine. All too comfortable. Well, I'd be putting that 3 straight on the spot. You can nip across to that left side. Oh dear, he's made a right hash of that. See, he was trying to be cute there. There was nothing to stop him letting the cue ball run over to the left side. He would have had at least one option of a force follow. But the run ends in 54. So that's a good response there from Rodney. But it could have been better. And that's the one thing, I never looked at that ball. You might be right, Tam. It could well have been frozen to the rail. It looked tight enough. So Matt's response is the usual: get rid of the deficit and then take it from there. Oh dear. Well, there's the first big miss. And Rodney can capitalise on that. And that's how thin the margins are, how tight they are. Close but not close enough. Yeah, it starts in 2 days' time, Coldest Pillow. I'm sure it's July the 3rd. And I don't think any more people have signed up to it in the last fortnight. Well, how costly will that be for Matt? Can Rodney get to the carom stage? That would really ramp the pressure up. Yeah, Stubbs had enough punishment. He's keeping a low profile. I mean, he's obviously gutted from his last 2 efforts in tournaments. He's been really, well, he's never learned his lesson yet, but he should be getting a fair idea how far short of the mark he is when he's trying to mix it with these top guys. So Rodney's got himself out of line here, but he's got a big target to hit, 2 rails, and he's gone behind it. So Matt's been let off the hook big time there, and he's now looking to redeem himself on this visit. It's still in recovery though. He's got to get himself back into this rack. Well, I don't see a problem with potting the 1 and leaving the carom to the 5. He doesn't want to be too straight though. He's fine. So again, with this, any side of the 5 ball but not face on, and that'll do. He's good in the 3. Well, the car... Oh, here's a hilarious thing. Wait till I tell you this. The car was booked in a fortnight ago to get its service and MOT today. I always do that every time during my summer holiday. I get the car booked in. No, MC Clark is English. But anyway, when I took the car in this morning, I took it down first thing 8 o'clock this morning to get it in, and I said to the girl, I said, oh, by the way, can you add on that I want a couple of new wipers on the front. The right hand side one is actually not sweeping clean. I think it's obviously worn. And I said the other one on the left side is actually rusted. I can see the rust on it on the outside. I said, can you get that added on, get them to change them? Aye, no problem. Wait, hear this. Gets a phone call at 2 o'clock. It wasn't 2 o'clock, was it 12 o'clock? Gets a phone call. Aye, the car's failed its MOT. You need your wipers changing. I said, what the hell are you telling me that for? I told you that first thing this morning. I said, add that as a bloody job. I said, go and read the bloody sheet. It's failed because of your wipers. Oh dear. I knew fine well it needed new wipers because it wasn't sweeping the water away clean at the bottom of the screen. So I thought I'll get that done when I'm going in to get it serviced and MOT'd. Aye, it failed on the wiper. Well, the wipers, you know how much it cost for 2 new wipers? 17 quid. And about 9 quid of that would be VAT. So it would. Well, back to business here. Matt, I don't know whether he's got a line here for this. Well, I'll tell you, I bought wipers for one of my other cars before, and I asked about trying to fit the damn things, and I said I'm never going to do that again. Try to lean over the bloody car to fit the new wipers. I managed to do it, but I said I'm never going to do that again. I'm going to pay some arsehole to do it for me rather than me making an arsehole of myself trying to do it. So Matt is still going on 29, well 30 and counting. Well, the handy thing is that 3 ball stayed up, because that makes his life a wee bit easier. Now he's got to spin out of there, so he's got an angle to make this carom from either left or right hand side from that 3 ball down to the 5. Now you've got to be careful. If he starts running this too much, well, he's not running it at all. He's got to go over far enough. I don't know whether he has. Yes, he has. That's good. Just letting the spin do the thing. Yeah, we've got Quick Fix near us. No, I take it. I take my car to a, well, it's actually a tyre and exhaust place that I take it to, which is out of town. It's just outside my town. I take it there. I've always gone there for years. Well, I don't know what happened there since me losing, looking at the chat, but Matt's finished his visit. He's on 62, and Rodney's back in. So this looks as if it's going to be a tight first rack here. By the way, you wouldn't have tyres in your car if it wasn't for the Scots, by the way. I just thought I'd mention that. You'd still be driving around in rims, so you would, if it wasn't for the Scots. Oh, that's that. See, now remember what I said earlier, guys. Remember what I said about Rodney leaving things short on some occasions. When he's trying to be a bit cute, he tried to drop that one ball into the side, and he's done it again. You know, he's finding that he's getting caught out with a bigger size of table here, Rodney. And you know, at this stage in the tournament, you keep doing stuff like that, it's going to be very costly. Where's this cue ball going? Well, it did everything but drop, but that was something I said, you know, keep an eye on, and Rodney's done what I said he would do, or he has been doing. He's been leaving things short, not getting to a rail, not getting the ball to a pocket, and it could be very, very costly at the end of the day. And Matt's got to capitalise on that, because that's a big mistake whenever you do something daft like that. Right, what have humpback whales ever done for the NHS? Tell me that then. So Matt's still 6 points behind. Needs to get a decent set up here. Now, where's he going with this? This looks as if he's got himself a bit lost here with this cue ball. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Because now he's at distance, and this is always a bit dodgy. And he's went for the one pocket slim escape route. Well, I've got rather upsetting news for you guys. At least it upset me. I was upset twice tonight. I thought, I know what I'll do. I fancy a fish supper tonight. So I phones up the chippy to get them to put it on so I could go and collect it. Bloody ring, 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 ring. Checks their Facebook page. The bastards are shutting on Monday. I never knew that. And then the other really sad news is my Chinese is shut from the 3rd of July until the 25th of July. The bastards are going on holiday. And they've never done that before. Probably going back to the old country. What a tragedy I've got to deal with on my bloody 2 weeks off as well. Well, now we've got separation big time here. Big three-railer. He's not got the legs, has he? Oh, that's so close. That is so close. Run ends in 20. But crucially, he's only, whatever it is, 7 in front. And it looks like Rodney is going to be favourite to get to those caroms. Well, that's right, Tam. I mean, the last thing you'll ever find me is in a bloody vegan rabbit food shop. I'm going to have to find an emergency backup. No, because it's bloody extortionate prices. And I see, and the stuff that, I'll tell you something, the stuff that they pick, that they have in the cafe is all from the store. And it's all the cheap crap, and then they charge you extortionate prices to buy it. Now, the Morrison's cafe I was in quite a few times a number of years ago. They actually had quite a good cafe in the one in Kilmarnock. Yeah, quite enjoyable, I have to say. But I've never actually ate in the Tesco one. They were doing us 25% off for staff members at one time, but I don't think anybody ever bothered with it, so they stopped doing it. That's how bloody uninterested we were. Well, Rodney's visit ended in 15. He's on 90. And Matt has missed the additional carom there. I'm sure he must have been trying to get the carom on that 5 ball, but anyway, he's sitting good. Well, that I've told you about that Yo Sushi. Here's another tragedy from the other day. I think it was my last day at work there the other day, and I said to one of the guys when I was finishing my shift, I said, "Look, I'm starving. You know where I'm heading? I'm heading down to Greg's. I'm going to get 2 rolls and links and brown sauce and a wee bottle of orange." I thought, I'm starving, I'm going to have something to eat. I'll eat it in the car park before I go home. Goes down to Greg's. Have they not bloody shut the place down and are refurbishing the whole damn place? So I had to wait till I got home. I mean, my stomach's just not been thought about by these people. You've got the Chinese going on holiday. You've got Greg's in Glasgow shut down when I went to get something to eat. The bloody chip shop's shut on a Monday night. What the hell's a guy supposed to do here? And, Yo Sushi, that place absolutely stinks every morning they open up. So it does. I can't believe that they decided to shut down our hot deli counter. And they used to do big Cumberland sausages and big chicken wings and all that stuff. And I used to always keep an eye on it, because you would get them where they were reduced. They'd been out in the heater for maybe an hour or two, and they would reduce them. And you'd sometimes get a bargain at lunchtime, or your morning tea break, whenever the hell it was. But they decided to shut the bloody hot deli down to stick this stinking Yo Sushi in, and it absolutely stinks. It's rank. So it does. And I'm surprised the damn thing's still open, because I'd never go near it. It's absolutely foul, the stink that comes from it when they're doing the preparation. Yeah, that's the one thing. See, that's probably why we don't have a Greggs in our store, because we've got a big Greggs in the big shopping centre, which, as I said, is now getting refurbished. And that's why we wouldn't be allowed to have one in our store, because it would affect their business. I'd sooner have a Greggs any day than have a Yo Sushi in the store. Well, neck and neck here, and that's a good little bonus carom. Now again, we're in a situation here with the 3 balls dead. Now, at the same time, I don't know whether any of these guys are prepared to take any sort of initiative to get that 3 ball in play. They're going to be here for an hour trying to battle it out with 2 balls. You know, all you have to do is try and somehow get these balls into the kitchen, and then you could pot the 3. Get it up in its spot. Well, that's now gone very ugly. Well, you've got to pot the 3 for a start. Get the 3 in the spot. Well, this... If he's playing it right side, he's going 2 rails possibly to get to this one. If he's playing it left, it's going to be really thin. And he's then pushing the 3 ball towards the 5. Well, that Da Hombre guy, he went to Shooter's Pool, didn't he? Sharky from Germany, I don't think he's keeping too well nowadays. And Matt Magic's not been seen for years. And meanwhile, Rodney's got another carom. He's got a 2-point lead. Now, if this was me, I would sacrifice the point, if only just to put the 5 ball on the table. You're not leaving an easy carom. I just want to try and progress the game and get it done with. Just been playing the oldest VP player, aged 80 here. Well, I mean, I could tell you I'm 80, couldn't I? Oh, well, but that's a good thing you mentioned that. I am just over a month to my 60th birthday, guys. So you've got enough time to get your funds together for my present, whatever that's going to be. Well, that was close, but the run ends in 3. But those 3 points could be really vital. Well, the onus isn't on Rodney to deal with that 5 ball. That's up to Matt. It's going to be hard work for Matt if he leaves it there, that's all I'm saying. Mung beans. Well, you know where I'm going with this. Off the right side of the 1 ball and running it down to the corner for the 2-3 railer. Matt's trying to go across the way. He's well short of pace. This looks good. Might sneak round the back though. Oh, he just caught it. Well, Matt's going to be running out of time here to deal with that 5-ball. I keep saying it, you know, that's my mindset, is looking for the first opportunity that's reasonable enough to get that 5-ball on the table, because my odds of getting out of this where I'm trailing by 4 points are not good. So there has to be a time where you have to take a risk, get that 5-ball up on the table, and just hope that you don't leave an easy carom. But it's no good sat there. I mean, this has got a reasonable chance of hitting. Oh, cheese and toast, I have that very regularly. In fact, I have cheese on toast, but I also have Tabasco sauce on top of it, which is nice. We sell that Japanese bloody, what do you call it, seaweed sheets. We sell that because that's another bloody fancy food that folk get taken in by. These are all phases that we go through. All this bloody, what do you call it? What's that alternative to meat that bloody him that was a runner was advertising? What do you call it? That corn shit. All of that stuff. All for these do goody health freak vegetarians. I'm pretty certain a lot of folk eat that to be trendy, and then the next thing you know, they're buying a fish supper when they get home. When they're out with their pals, that's the kind of crap that they eat. Well, Rodney on 98. Looks a good line here. Well, Matt had to take a risk to get that into play, but I think he left it too late. I think that was maybe the mistake. He should have been a bit more proactive a lot earlier. Well, this is as good an outshot as you would hope off this 1-ball. This is sitting very nice. So this for the first rack to YPR. Oh, well, Matt's been given the lifeline. Now he's got to protect the 1-ball. If he isn't sure about guaranteeing the carom, he's got to protect the one. Did he get any of that? Doesn't matter, he's good. He's good where the 1-ball's finished. No, I mean, lamb, I think lamb's okay in thin slices. I don't think I've ever said I don't like lamb. I mean, it wouldn't be top of my list as a favourite meat, but no, I wouldn't have any problem with that. Well, I think Matt's just sold out here finally. And there's no way you're missing this. So, after 38 minutes, we have a winner of the first rack. It's YPR. Crawl is really nice. What the hell's crawl? You need to give me a bit more detail on what. Did I read that right? Call. What's call? KAWL. What the hell is that? Is that something out the sea? Right. So it's a bit like Irish stew and stuff like that. It's usually all leftover vegetables and stuff that get chucked into the pot. I think every country in the UK's got something like that. We've got stovies up here. Called cannon. That's potatoes and what is it? Is it spring onion or is it cabbage? I can't remember. Called cannon. I'll tell you something. You cannot beat a big plate of tatties and mince with brown sauce over the top. There you go. You cannot beat a plate of tatties and mince. You also couldn't beat a big steaming bowl of your mum's homemade soup during the winter months. What's tatties and mince? You don't know what the hell tatties and mince is? Jesus Christ, where the hell do you live? Mince and tatties. Just Google it. You'll see a picture of it. Well, I mean, what is it? I mean, imagine asking, what is it when you say mince and tatties? Mince and potatoes. What is it? That's exactly what it is. It does exactly what it says in the tin. It's mince and tatties. Yeah, and it's lovely as well. But you've got to have a dash of brown sauce on it. That tops it off. So it does. Well, Rodney is in first in rack number 2. That's going to miss. Just got the one ball too thick. And the line was too narrow, which makes the carom a lot easier, a lot more difficult to hit, especially where that 5 ball was sitting near the side pocket. So Matt looks as if he's immediately trying to bump this 5 ball into play. Well, I must admit, I've never had anything like a deep fried Mars bar, and I'll tell you something else, I never will either. I take it they do. I mean, we do obviously elaborate concoctions in our chip shops up here. You can get a pizza crisp. You know what that is? You know the cheap pizzas that they have in the chip shops? Well, up here they put it in batter for you if you want and throw it into the fryer. So if you tell them you want a mushroom pizza crisp, they'll dip it in the batter and fire it into the chip pan. Well, so that's why you get, when it comes out, it's all crispy, except in behind the batter, it's not fish, it's a pizza. Oh, I'll tell you, if it's worth eating, the Scots will put it in batter. So they will. That's why we've got the worst diet in the world. Well, I'm sure chip shops over here were doing deep fried chicken long before bloody Colonel Sanders and his mob started that in the States. I'm pretty certain that somewhere in the UK could have claimed to that for, you know, fried chicken. I think we were doing that donkey's years before Colonel Sanders was a colonel. Did he score it with his nose? Must be getting quite late in that match. Well, match response has got to 17. He's going to be sitting pretty in a minute. 5 ball on the spot, so he's good to continue. Right, see you later. Well, match run ended on 17. Rodney has a good opportunity to stretch away here if he can. If he can keep things under control. No, I haven't seen them. I've just heard. I heard about them. Where did I read it? I can't remember where I read it. Whether it was in the BBC News channel or something. They've used AI to shape his mouth so that he's supposed to be saying these sort of derogatory things or whatever it is. Watch the cue ball, and it managed to find the pocket. The fatal move whenever you go 3 railers. As I can certainly tell you, you will take the risk of scratching. And again, that's let Matt off the hook. Well, everything's going to be on its spot, so this is, well, he's not potting the 1 at the moment. Yeah. You know, he's killed the 3 ball. See, why didn't he do the most obvious thing there and pot the 1? Then he's looking up the table with 2 options. And now he needs to check that the 1 will spot, which it does, because the 5 ball's well away from it. And now he's going to have to play a recovery pot. Blind pocket cutting a 5, cue ball running loose. And if he plays the 1 ball, he's running at an angle that's taking the cue ball towards that 3. And there's what happens when you play the blind pocket cut. You know, he got out of line. He should have done what I said. You know, you have to do the most obvious thing in Cowboy, and that's get that 1 ball on its spot so that you're looking up the table with two shot choices, and he never played it, and he ends up getting himself in trouble because of it. That was the beginning and the end of that visit there. Wrong shot choice, And that was really tough, that cut in the 3. And he's going to get the carom though. Wide open table on his first visit. Were you? Oh, apologise, Matt, then. It's not the first time I'll have got that wrong. Where the hell am I getting these messages from on my phone? Don't tell me it's another bloody a friend recommendation. Or bloody Facebook. I've noticed that my chat has ceased to be on my phone again for some strange reason. I don't know what it is, but the chat seems to die a death. Now it's updated itself. Weird. I think this YouTube app on Android is a bit buggy. I think it must be. Well, this is going to need a bit of stunt. Unless he's going thin to the back rail and back into the back of the 3, but he's going to play the stunt. So we've now got the 5 ball isolated down in this bottom rail as we look. And the prospects of continuing this run aren't good until he can deal with that 5 ball. 3 ball isn't an issue, it's simple enough where it's sitting. But has to look for a way to get that 5 out, and he's got that now. Even if he just nudges it towards the pocket, that'll do. He can then get it back into play. Well, he chose to go the other side of it. And I mean, that's not a bad choice, because the one thing about that way of playing it is there's no way you're going to scratch. If he went from the right side, the cue ball could punch the 5 away, the cue ball could easily just run straight through into the pocket, so he played it the safest way. Who the hell's Blue Cheese again? Is that Stefan? Or is that who's Slim teamed up with in the 9 ball? Oh, it's Brain fell out. Blue Cheese. See, he's thinking of food all the time as well. Not just me. Three ball comes back into play. The run goes to 25. The lead is only 15 though. So the follow-up carom is guaranteed here as long as he gets left or right side. Well, there's 8 minutes to go before the start of Monday night 9 ball, Scotch doubles. There's got to be some pair of gullible idiots out there who would want to play. Well, the run goes to 36. And now, why is he looking at the 3? I mean, obviously the 1 to the 5 is a carom, but I don't like that as a carom. I'd be potting the 5 and using the 5-3 as the carom. That's what I'd be doing, unless he can't see the 5. Well, he can see it. I would never ever leave that 5 there. That would be going on its spot, and I'd be playing the 5-3 carom. Oh, VP Monster must have found somebody. Watch the cue ball. This is heading out south. And the old sucker scratch rears its ugly head again. What a plonker. So all that hard work, all down the pan. And Matt comes back to the table, still with a 10-point lead. That's the beauty of Cowboy. You can be going along like a house on fire, and then one numpty shot, bang, all down the pan in the blink of an eye. But that's the old sucker scratch. Everybody does them. Everybody knows that when they're shooting them, that they're likely to do it. If you hit it half ball, left or right side, you're heading south. Pretty much a guarantee. Well, now the shoe's in the other foot. Can Matt administer the punishment to YPR? And I was in the lobby this morning in VP4. I was hoping to get a game of Cowboy doubles, and Casino Jim came into the lobby. He was playing, was it Slugs or whoever it is he was playing, and I then went and got something to eat and a cup of coffee because I knew I was going out. I was leaving the house early, and then Crosty came online. He wanted me to partner him, and I told him, I said, look, I can't because I'm having to take the car out, blah, blah, blah. But I may well do when I get back. I got back at 25 past 8 after dropping the car off this morning. Came into the lobby, every bugger had gone. Not a sniff of anybody. They'd all pissed off to bed. Left me high and dry. Didn't get a game of Cowboy this morning at all. They couldn't wait, and they must... I mean, Crosty must have told them, aye, Hugh's coming back, we'll get a game of doubles when he comes back. And they all said, no, sod that, we're heading out. Yeah, they're running scared of my tactical genius 3 rail shots in Cowboy. You weren't all there, you were all gone when I got back home. 8:25 this morning, there was no sniff of anybody playing Cowboy. They were all gone. They'd all left the building. I'll be on tomorrow morning expecting the same, as I will be for the next fortnight. I want to get a full dose of Cowboy doubles. I was driving Euro Truck today. I wasn't streaming it. I was on the harsh Russian map. I've got about another 100 odd miles to go yet. But the road that I'm on at the moment is, you know, it's a long road, and there's no. And I know that the next part, excuse me, the next part that I'm doing gets a wee bit rough. But there's not really a huge challenge in what I'm driving at the moment. But for some reason, well, I do know the reason. But I'm not prepared to be confident enough to say why something's different, but the PC has been good for the last 3 days. And I could easily say I don't know why, but I could also say, well, I did something from a YouTube video, and just because I was bored, I did something from a YouTube video, and since I did something from the YouTube video, I haven't had a problem. But I'm not prepared to put my head on the block and say what I did, because the PC hasn't gone long enough. It would have to go for a month without a problem for me to be confident enough to say, there you go, I did this and for some reason it's working. Watch the cue ball, commentator's eye, and there we go again. The old half ball sucker scratch. And it's all happening here, folks. But Rodney is stuck at 19, and Matt, well, there's the invitation to the party. Stick these away and get to 90. That's the rule of thumb here. I was playing Alaskan truck drivers this morning, or road truckers, or whatever the hell it's called. And I went to do a job. I went to pick up a job. You go in to see the person that issues the jobs. And I chose the job. And when you choose a job in Alaskan road truckers, there's a sort of silhouette of the trailer that you're supposed to pick up. It's sort of outlined, and you can see it through buildings. So if you're on the other side of the building and the trailer's on the other side, you can see it through the building so that you know where to go. So I picked a job and I could not see the trailer. So this is after update 1.5 that they had the other day there. So I've already posted a video onto the Discord channel, because that job was invisible, so you could not find the trailer you're supposed to collect. So I had to use my backup save and do another job instead. So the game's still bugged to hell, and they're launching it in about a week's time on the Xbox and whatever else console that they're going to launch it on, and it's still full of bugs. There's no way that this game should ever have been past early access until they fix all the crap that's still in it. And there's still a hell of a lot of crap in it. And I don't know whether anybody's actually looked at my video on Discord. I checked it a few hours later and I don't think anybody had looked at it. So they're not that keen to check for bugs. But I posted it and I let them see what I was doing to find the job, and it wouldn't appear. But that's up to them. All the poor suckers that buy the game on Xbox and everything, they're going to find out the same stuff. Well, Matt is short of 90 and Rodney is a mile behind. So Matt's odds-on favourite to be squaring this match off here in the next 20 minutes or so, or however long it's going to take him to get there. Well, I'll tell you something, that would make my day. Honest to God, guys, believe me, if Gran Turismo come out in the PC, you want to get it, and all you want to do is kart racing, and it's sod the cars. The cars are the same bullshit in every racing game. Cars, this car, you want to get into the kart racing. It is bloody hilarious, I assure you. Good evening to Mark. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be doing the kart racing. I just long for the day where I read a post that pops up on Facebook and says Gran Turismo set for release 2025. That would suit me down to a T. In fact, that would keep me going until Gran Turismo 6 came out. Well, what was the final score? Did France win then, I assume? No, nobody said anything else, so I assume France won with that one goal then. Well, Rodney on the comeback trail, but it's a long trail. Well, you mean it wasn't as good as Bellingham's goal then? Is that what you mean? Well, let's have a look at what. I mean, this is definitely dangerous, but you can go 2 rails into this 3 ball if you get the line right, and just clip it in the short side. That wasn't a bad effort either, but the run is 0 from Matt, trying to get that 1 point to get him into the caroms. And YPR just trying to stay alive in this rack. So we're now 1 hour and 4 minutes old in this match. Remember, folks, if you haven't been with us, whoever you might be, we have the hot seat match coming up at the weekend. And that is between Cobra, the defending champion, and VP Monster, who thinks he should be champion instead. So they're going to go head to head. 6 PM on Sunday evening, I think it is. 1 PM Eastern. 10 AM Pacific. Well, the car. I told you, if you were here earlier, Mark, you would have heard what I said. I'll say it again. I booked a car in a fortnight ago. I took it down at 8 o'clock this morning for them to look at it. And I said to the girl at the desk, I said, by the way, make sure you add on, I want 2 new wipers at the front. I don't need the back wiper done. The back wiper's fine. But I certainly need 2 new ones. The one on the right, which is the driver's side, is not sweeping clean at the bottom. It's worn. And the one on the left side, the actual wipers are actually rusted on the outside. And I said, I want rid of them both. I want 2 new ones. Right, fine, not a problem, she says. 2 hours later, a phone call. Guy says to me, your car's failed its MOT, the wipers. I said, I bloody told the lassie I wanted new wipers. You're telling me the obvious. And then it also needed the frame of the car underneath. Well, now a couple of MOTs ago, right? A couple of MOTs ago, I was given an advisory on the rust on the underside of the car on the frame, and today the guy said, look, this is going to be needing cleaned off and treated. I said, well, I knew from 2 MOTs ago that it was going to need something done at some point. So that got done. Coolant was replaced. Everything else was in working order, so there was nothing it failed on. It was just maintenance that needed done. 402 quid. That's just in the blink of an eye. And what was it? What did I say it was? 17 quid for wipers. And I said 9 quid of that would be VAT. Well, that's the MOT, the service, remember. It always goes in for its MOT and service, so you've got the bill for that. Filters and oil change, top up oil or whatever needs done there. And then the repair side of things. The underside of the car needed brushed off to get rid of the rust, and then sealant put on it to protect it. And they say it like, they say, of course, they say it like, that it's just a drop in the ocean, but I knew it was coming. This is part of the reason why I ain't getting a PC, guys, because I knew I had a bill coming. And that's as simple as that. I must have a set of wheels. End of story. I can't get to Glasgow at 5 o'clock in the morning on the back of a computer. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So that's why I must have my wheels working and on the road. And now that the car has been certified for another, and don't forget, yesterday I paid for, I just got a new, it costs you dearer to do it, I know it does, but it's not the right time of year to be paying full whack for a year's road tax, so I got 6 months. And the reason I did that is because it means that at Christmas time, when it comes around, I will have my bigger wage at Christmas time. I get the car insurance renewed at Christmas time and New Year time. It gets renewed in January, and that means that I will also then get a year's road tax in January. That way it goes through the summer and right round to next January. So that's why I got 6 months road tax yesterday. So I had the bill for that, £104 for that, and then 400 quid for the car today. And that's all money that if I wasn't doing anything else in the world in terms of driving a car, that would have all been invested in getting a new computer. So a computer couldn't be far enough down the line for me. But going back to what I said earlier, what I've done with the PC in the last few, up until 3 days ago, what I have done, and the only thing that I have done, and whether that makes any difference or not, I don't know. Maybe I've just been lucky that the PC hasn't frozen when I've been streaming. I've now done 4 streams without a problem, and I've also not had any lockups. I haven't had the PC restart on me, and then when it goes long enough, then I'll get round to telling you what I did. And it was just a tweak that I did off YouTube, believe it or not, when I was bored and I wasn't doing anything else. I was just trawling through things that were popping up on YouTube, and I thought, oh, I'll do that and see if that makes any difference. Clutching at straws, basically, knowing that, well, I can't do any more harm than I've actually got at the moment. So since I've done what I did, nothing's happened, and I'm saying nothing further to that until quite a few weeks down the line, and then you can come to your own conclusion about what has been the root cause of this. Meanwhile, Matt, well into the caroms, he's on a nice run, and now he's got to be careful here. Got to be careful. Now, did he get any of that there? My eyes are that bad. I'm sitting watching this and I couldn't see whether he hit it, and he didn't. So, it's still a good run. I mean, any time you get half a dozen or 5 of that in the caroms is a good little run. And provided you keep them, that is. So, if Matt loses this, he's going to be sore. No, I didn't do any of that. You know that Steve actually sent me a PM yesterday and went through all exactly the same stuff you're telling me. And the PC, don't forget, was fixed. As much as a few months ago there it was done, where they cleaned it all out anyway. When they were doing the RAM thing and that, they were fixing. And so the PC's not clogged up with dirt. It's already been cleaned out. Steve went through the same thing. He went through a whole line of stuff. Make sure it's not sitting against a wall. You know, that's like teaching your granny to suck eggs. You know, it's not sitting near a wall for a start. So there's none of that. But I think, you know, everybody's clutching at straws as to what can be the issue. But like I said, what I've done in the last few days, up until 3 days ago, was a simple tweak, which I'll probably have forgotten exactly what I did. But I am not prepared to divulge what I did and whether that has made the difference. It seems to be weird that it has, if it has done. Or maybe I've just been lucky I haven't had a lock-up or a freeze or a restart. And until I go a full month without any problems, I will not say what I did, because I'm going to end up looking a numpty when the next thing you know, boom, lock up. I'll tell you what I did do though. I downloaded, it doesn't seem to be available to us in this country, I don't think, but I downloaded a little tool off Microsoft. Has anybody got it? PC Manager. I don't think you can get it if you're in the UK. You have to change your, I think you have to change your internal settings to US American for your language. I think you have to change your language settings in order to be able to download this. But I downloaded this PC Manager. It's quite a handy little quick tool for clearing out crap in your PC, and it's a free program from Microsoft. I mean, I'm looking at it now on my second monitor, and it says memory usage 20%, temporary files 36 megabytes. And I can hit the little boost button and that can clear that out. You can also do a deep cleaning thing with a deep clean button that it's got on it, and that will get rid of a lot of crap. You can kill apps with a touch of a button. And you can also put in favourite links for websites that you use for some strange reason. I don't know why, but anyway, it's got stuff like that on it, and it's called PC Manager. And my main hard drive that my Windows is stored on is now down to, I've managed to shrink it down to 100, I've got 122 gig of stuff on it. It was only a 500 gig hard drive, this SSD. It was like one of the earliest SSDs that's on this computer of mine. It was a 500 gig one, and 476 gig is the capacity, not including what Windows is, obviously. And I have got 122 gig of that used up. Now, up until a few months ago, I had about 300 odd gig on it, and most of that was crap. That, not this PC Manager, but other stuff I've used has cleaned out a lot of garbage I had on my PC. Because I've been doing all of that, trying to clear out everything and malware bites and doing everything to scan and find out if there's anything that's on my PC that's causing issues. It's certainly not that. It's certainly not malware. I can categorically deny that malware's causing any issues. But anyway, back to the matter in hand here. The bad news for Matt is you plonker Rodney is now effectively breathing down his neck. Watch this 3-ball. Doesn't want it to go in. And a disaster. Another disaster for Rodney. Right on the brink. And the 3-ball falls in, and 35 points more have gone down the drain. And that has just blown himself out the water there, because he could have Matt in trouble there. I mean, okay, Matt's still the favourite on 97, but you're not going to be the favourite if these balls can get gathered together quickly. Suddenly a lead of 7 points in the Carams is nothing. But there we go. And that's twice Rodney's done that, isn't it? He's blown a fairly decent run and thrown away a bucket load of points. And Matt needs to get this done. He needs to get it in the bag, no more messing about. Because that's one thing in Cowboy, if you keep giving somebody enough chances, they're going to get at you. Well, this is a dinky little 2-3 railer here to the 5-ball. I love these little shots. It's quite tight though to the 5. You've got to go thin, and you've got to probably hit that middle diamond in the bottom rail. That's perfect, I think. That is absolutely perfect. Apart from that, I think he might be able to do, well, can he get the spin? Well, at least he can hit the one. That's one thing he can do. I don't think he'll do much from it, but as long as he hits it, he's not going to lose his points. I mean, that's a vital run of 4. He just wants to hit this one way or another. Now, is he clipping that 5? Well, he's got the hit, which was the more important thing. So now Rodney has got to protect the 1 ball. Whenever he can't get a decent shot, he must make sure that 1 ball either can't be seen or is nailed to a rail somewhere. Well, what happened in the Scottish doubles? Did it go ahead? In fact, it should be getting played if it's on at the moment. It's only 19 minutes past 7, so I presume there was a match being played. Well, Matt was snookered there on that one, and that's Rodney has to keep getting down and dirty whenever he has the chance. I mean, there's the dirty way to get out of this hole for Rodney. Should that chance happen to come around, he can get really dirty. But all that Rodney can do at the moment is try and make some points. Now here's an instance where this could all just go wrong here. He's doing it the right thing. He's doing the right thing. Again, you've got to think about that. You know, just take what you can get and then duck for cover. So the doubles didn't go ahead. I'm surprised at that. Well, I thought you had Brainful out in your team, and who else was that was signing up? Who was signing up? VP Monster signed up for the weekly Scottish double, so did they not have a partner then? Oh, Larry, did Larry not turn up? Ah, that's a surprise as well. Well, this is you begin to get nervy when you're sat in 100 for more than 5 minutes. Now again, unless you're surefire 100% going to get a carom, you've got to play the snooker. And again, that's the right shot to play. That's straight out of the Tactical Genius manual for playing cowboy in the carom phase. That's exactly what you want to be doing. You want to just give yourself a chance and mess the guy about. And he's on a foul. Now if you nail him behind that 5 and 3, you could stick him in 2. And this is the dirty way of winning this. This is the dirty way of winning this if he can. But he's not going it. I mean, Matt's still on 1 foul. You've got to remember that. You know, Rodney can take what he can get, and then if he can't get anything else, if he ducks and dives again, he could have Matt in 2 fouls. You've got to keep that playing over in your mind when you're at this stage, because this is the one way you could get out of this hole. And he's made a boob there because he's not hitting the rail. And that's another problem that I highlighted at the beginning of the match about Rodney trying to be cute to get a ball to a pocket, trying to be cute to get a cue ball to a rail, and he failed in both because he's not used to the pace and the scale of this table. And he's gifted Matt the outshot at the end of the day. You see how it cost him dear there. And in the end, it's cost him a rack. So 1 apiece. And we are an hour and 23 minutes into this match. We could be here for a while, folks. I wouldn't be thinking about going to your bed too soon. I mean, I don't need to, although I'll probably still start falling asleep because I was still up at 4 o'clock this morning. Oh, don't say that, Slim. I don't think I could handle that. I don't think I could survive that. Coldest Pillow says he's off to get a club biscuit. What do you want, a bloody round of applause? Just because you've got them there and we don't have them in our Tesco's. I liked the fruit and nut ones. Not the fruit, no, what were they? A club fruit or whatever. The purple one, that one. So Matt having broke off in rack number 3. Watch this cue ball because that's got the legs to go into the hole. Bye bye. Well, the good thing was it was only 4 points. Yeah, that's something that we haven't had in Tesco either for a long while. I don't know why they've disappeared. The one bit of good news is the penguins are back in stock. So I bought 2 packs of them the other week there when I saw them. And I hadn't had a penguin for years. But 2 of my favourite biscuits have disappeared off the shelves in Tesco's. Trees have disappeared, as have the Jacob's Clubs. They've all gone, and I don't know why. But those, what is it you call the ones with the blue, in the blue packet again? They're down to £1 at the moment with the Tesco Club card. So I bought 2 packs of them the last time when I had my 15% staff discount after payday. I got 2 packs of those. I can never remember the name of them, but they're in the timeouts. Watch the cue ball. 2 packs of them when they were down to £1 with your club card. Never been a lover of blue ribbons. Timeouts, yes. 2 at a time I eat them. One's never enough with a cup of coffee. I've got to have 2. YPR on 20. See, there's always a danger that Rodney's going to have a decent run and then somehow fall short on a ball or get to a rail or whatever and really make a hash of it. He's done it twice tonight and one fatally caused him the rack. And there's always that sort of, danger hanging over his head when he's playing. I've seen it throughout the tournament. Well, that's it. Coldest pillow. You won't see a Jaffa cake in my house anymore. I just used to sit and eat them all till they were gone. 1 box of however many was in it, just a single box. There's no point in opening one of them and expecting it to last any more than a few hours. So that's why I stopped buying them. I just wouldn't stop eating them. Oh no! Now you're talking bullshit, Matt. You can't beat a Jaffa cake. You can't beat a Tunnocks tea cake either. That's another heaven and earth moment. A Tunnocks tea cake. I've got a box of them downstairs right now, and I'll give them a seeing to at some point. Tunnocks, tea cake, cup of coffee. That'll do me after this match is done. Caramel wafers. Tunnocks caramel wafers. Yes, they're more expensive than Golden Wonder crisps over here, Walker's crisps. Yeah. Yes, they are more expensive. Now, Walker seem to have the monopoly in every other brand of crisp that we sell in this country. Brands that have been favourite brands for years are now been taken over by Walkers. Well, Rodney on a run of 47, and he has got to keep this together. He's thrown away a big handful of points twice tonight. He has got to keep this collection of points that he's got right now, whatever he does. Very important visit. And, of course, don't forget, he's still looking to possibly extend his high run for the tournament. I remember that name, Buttons, yes. I don't remember if I ever ate any of them, but I remember the name. I remember when wagon wheels used to be the size of wagon wheels. Now they're the size of stabiliser wheels you'd put in a kiddie's bicycle. Well, the 5 balls going to spot is going to be good for a follow-up carom. So this could be a very big run. Yeah, see the thing is, they used to do in Tesco, they used to do the Yorkie fruit bars in a packet of 3, and they stopped doing them. Now they only sell them in the food to go section. I think they do a slightly bigger pack, like a duo or something, a bit like the Mars bar. You get a Mars bar duo, which is bigger. But the plain Yorkies I could eat, but I wasn't a lover of them. I liked the one with the raisins in it and the biscuit. They were good. Now, let's have a look. What's he got here? He's going to have to go inside onto the back of that 1 ball. That's an easy shot. Just got to play it nice and gentle. Doesn't want to come off the back and scratch. And he can pot the 1 now. Pot the 1. Get up into the table for the 3-5 carom or for the 5-3, whatever he's going to do. Well, I see he didn't want to do that. Oh, goodness me. Heart and mouth again for Rodney the Plonker. Big O's mustard hoops, never heard of them. Mustard hula hoops, no. Oh, just skimmed past the 1 ball. Well, it's a very good run of 71, but it was in jeopardy there with that previous shot. But that's got him in a strong position in rack number 3. So a good response from Rodney after losing that second rack. Yeah, you've got to be careful with pickled onion crisps, by the way. What do you call that brand, Mark, that's in Tesco now? They do pickled onion, they do Angus, Aberdeen Angus steak, they do jalapeno, they do, what's that other hot one? They do them. I can't remember the brand, but they were on offer last week in Tesco's. Whenever I buy the pickled onion ones, I've got to be careful that I don't put the the crisps near my lips, because what you'll find is that the acid and the vinegar flavour burns the skin off the top of your lips. So it does. You've got to be careful when you're putting those pickled onion ones in your mouth. Oh no, not Monster Munch. I'd never be near a Monster Munch. They're horrible. I mean, Monster Munch, not what's those other ones? The ones that were the cheesy things. Well, they're something similar. What do you call them again? The stinky cheese ones. Those puff ones in the sort of bluey purpley bag. What do you call them again? They do the blazing hot type as well. Monster Munch. Whatsits, that's the word. Aye, they're disgusting. Whatsits, they're disgusting. I tasted Whatsits one time when I was a kid. You know, when all you had at that time was Whatsits, you didn't have all these multiple flavours. These stinking cheese things, oh no, they were disgusting. Never touched any of them since. And I've had Monster Munch and they're just as disgusting. Ugh, horrible. I like tomato sauce crisps. I would eat them all night. I just don't like tomatoes. I like the odd bit of tomato sauce here and there, but I don't like tomatoes on my plate. I would never have tomatoes. I just don't enjoy them at all. Well, Matt's been asked a question. Is he up for the fight? His response so far is 27. And that's not going to get there. Just fall short. And a commentator cursed him. Well, he's fell sort of in between here. This is sucker scratch angle. He's got to watch the pace. Yeah, he's playing it ultra cautious. But you would have to think that YPR is going to be well into the caroms by the end of this visit. That second match of the night's due to start in about 25 minutes. I've totally forgotten who's playing. Who is it that's playing at 8 o'clock? Portugal, isn't it? I think Portugal's one of them that's playing tonight. Are they not playing tonight? Well, see, I had a problem with Pringles as well. That's why I don't buy them either. Because I bought a packet of sour cream and onion Pringles, and I sat and ate the bloody lot of them. You know, they're just exactly the same effect as Jaffa Cakes for me. There's no point in opening the thing, and you sit down, and you find all you're doing is one's getting into the mouth, and no sooner has one got into the mouth that you're grabbing another one. So I stopped buying them as well. You know, it's just like a habit. I never have anything Doritos. That's just like bits of cardboard to me, that. Good evening to Jose. Jose's probably been lying asleep in a chair for the last 2 hours. He could have been here a long while ago, but he just decides to, you know, wake up and come to his senses and then finally drop into the stream when he can be asked. Well, they're certainly coated in something. The sour cream ones were coated in something that was definitely addictive. Now, the day, I'll tell you something, the day they can perfect Pringles Jaffa Cakes flavour, then that's heaven and earth. If you could get Pringles with that little blob of orange jelly in the middle of a Pringles, that would be it. Game over. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Pringles Jaffa Cake flavour. And you can just see the picture of the box, you know, the little curly, crispy bit with the little orange blobby jelly bit in the middle of them. Now, there's an idea. They've brought out every other bloody flavour. You know, they've got firecracker flavour now and all of that stuff. What about Jaffa Cake flavour for Pringles? I think they'd go down a bomb, so they would. That is my idea. Nobody's having that. Jaffa Cake flavour Pringles. There'd be people dying. That's another 3 people died today in southwest Scotland. Tesco had a special offer on the Jaffa Cake Pringles, and 3 people died after they got into a fight for the last packet that was on the shelf. Oh dear. Well, Rodney's on 90. And Matt's a long way behind. Well, this is always a challenge. I mean, this is the great thing about Cowboy. It's the challenge that you're at the table, you're in control, and only you can get yourself out of this hole when you're trailing by, you know, 60 points or whatever it is. That needs to bounce. Well, got to think about the line of this cue ball here. He's got it coming back the way a wee bit to get the line from the... See, this is still dangerous, this. No, I haven't tried wheat crunchies. But, I mean, I've had, you know, those sort of bacon type crisps before. They can't be that much different. I've had them in the past. Well, Matt is looking to chase down this score, but he's now in trouble. He's got 2 isolated balls, which are absolutely no good. And he's looking for a long force follow to keep the run going, and these are tricky at this distance. And that's how tricky they are, because that cue ball opens up more than you think. You can take a tighter line than you think, but you don't dare do it, because you know, it's a bit like a sort of optical illusion. You don't realise how far that cue ball can open out at that distance. And now I've got the hiccups. Well, I can see what Rodney was planning there. The double kiss back to the 5. But again, it's a pointless visit there by Rodney, and Matt can just edge ever closer. And Rodney's going to get a sweat on here, because Matt is determined to get to 90 and possibly end up in the lead here. No, what's that? Not discos. What about the yellow packet that's the prawn cocktail flavour? I used to like them. What do you call them in the big yellow bag? Skips, yeah. That was another thing. And there's another thing that I don't buy anymore, because again, I used to open up a big bag of them and I just eat a lot of them. Once you start with them, you can't stop. So, and quavers is the same. These are all things I used to get in the past, but I no longer get because I couldn't stop eating any of them. And this stupid prawn cocktail flavour quavers, that's a bullshit idea. That's just pandering to the numpties in the world. Quavers are quavers, and they're cheese flavour. End of. It's like bloody Jaffa cakes. You've got Jaffa cakes that, I mean, a Jaffa cake is an orange flavour, not bloody strawberry, raspberry, or any other bloody kind of flavour. You've got all of that crap on the shelves now. What's Takis? What's Takis crisps? Is that a typo? I've never heard of that, whatever the hell it is. Well, Matt has a force follow 5-3, but, you know, see, with that shot there, I would have been more inclined to try and brush onto the one to get it in the hole and get it up in its spot. As it is, we're now in a situation exactly the same as the previous rack. And Rodney straight away decides he's not going to hang about. He's deciding he's going to be proactive early on here, and he's taking a risk because this is a long carom, and it's a long pot in the one as well. Well, he's got the pot. Is he going to be good for the follow-up? Yes, he is, I think. Yeah. But I think Rodney still did the right thing there. He just didn't get the cover, but I think he did the right thing getting everything into play. So 90 apiece. It's now showdown time. But is this not something Larry said the other night there, that Walker's is known as some other brand in the States? Did Larry not say something like that? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he mentioned some brand that's available in the States, but they're actually Walker's is the parent company to them, or whatever it is. Like I said, Walker's own virtually every crisp that's made in this planet now, I think. PepsiCo. Aye, Lay's, I think that's what Larry said. Or was it you that said it? I can't remember. Well, Rodney at the table. We're neck and neck here. One rack all, 92 points all. And it looks as if he can spin off that 5-ball, catch the pocket, or the jaw just before, I'll say that again, the rail just before the jaw, and nip across to the back of that 3-ball. No, he's going the other way at the one. But the problem with doing it that way is, look what he's done with the 5-ball. See, you've got to see things in plainer light than that. I mean, to me, the shot was to try and get there to the 3. Because that way you're not putting a bloody 5-ball over the side pocket like that. That was dumb. That's now killed the 5-ball, unless you get a really good hit on it from this side. Yeah, he wasn't thinking there. He wasn't thinking about how you can keep the table alive and keep all the balls in play. Because that was not the shot to keep the balls in play. That was a shot just to stay at the table. And I think he needs to think a wee bit more on the lay of the table he's going to leave after he's played a particular shot, because that wasn't it. So he's made it tough for himself, but at the same time he's made it just as tough for Matt. Prostitution maybe as well, yeah. So they're like the snack mafia. Oh, here's an interesting thing I read the other day talking about the mafia. Did you guys know that everybody must have seen The Godfather? You know, there can't be many people here that haven't seen The Godfather, so you'll know who I'm talking about. I read something the other day about The Godfather, which I never knew. Watch this cue ball. Bye-bye. Well, it'd have been better to actually hit the 5 and going off it, and that way knock it away from the pocket. But did you know that when Francis Ford Coppola was making the Godfather movie, did you know that the mafia were actually interested on how this movie was going to portray them? And that they actually had one of their men, one of their henchmen was on the set while they were making the movie. Did any of you guys know that? And did you also know that the guy I'm talking about was Luca Brasi in the movie? And you'll all know who I'm talking about now, because that's the guy that he sent that, what do you call him, Corleone sent over to meet the other guy from the other mafia family in the bar, and then the barman stabs him through the hand and they garrote him and kill him. That guy was a former boxer, I think, or weightlifter. Yeah, and he couldn't remember his lines either, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was one of the team, and I think they liked him that much they put him in the film. I just read that the other day. It's amazing what you find out about some films. I never had a clue about that until I read it the other day. And now that Larry's arrived, we can ask him where the hell was he when we were short of one player for the 9-ball Scottish doubles tonight. Well, the 5-ball's now dead in the other rail. Although it's actually, you know, it's not that dead. You can certainly get it out of there. I think it's, yeah, that's sitting pretty good to get out of there. You can have a good hit on that. Oh, that isn't good though. Bye-bye. 2 points down the drain for Matt. Yeah, see, Larry's just like me. He needs his afternoon nap. Oh, it's just grazed the 3 and no more. That's all it needs to do, though. Well, he's going for the stun along the rail, I think. Yeah. Watch the cue ball. Oh! Always dangerous coming off the back of a ball along the rail. But I'll tell you something. He's sitting pretty good here. If he doesn't catch that middle pocket knuckle. Oh, this might be very good. Oh, it just hasn't run on. Although he can certainly punch the 5 up the table and come into the 1. If he punches the 5 around the angles, he's sending it down towards the 3 direction. He's not thinking. Yeah, see, now he's got distance between him. If he'd done what I'd said there, he could have had the 5-ball down here. He might get there yet, though. Yep, if this just slows up, I think this is going to be in reasonable shape. Took him an extra shot to get there, but that's the way to be thinking. Well, this is going to start moving balls a bit here. That's the problem with that shot. Right. I'd be playing... Oh, tell a lie, he's on 100. I never even realised that. Well, this is not a difficult shot. Just take as much of the one ball as you think you need and let it roll out. And there you go. What a response from Rodney. 101 points to 92. And after an hour and 53 minutes, Rodney in the lead. 2 racks to 1. Yeah, I get so engrossed at looking at the line for caroms and think I forgot what the score was. And Rodney, having broke off here in rack number 4, you know, can really make a statement, really apply the pressure to Matt, because don't forget, Rodney put what did he put together? A 71 was it in that last rack, or was that 50 odd? I can't remember. But anyway, he's had a good innings, and he's looking to follow that up with something similar here to really put Matt on the rack. And the point was made earlier, we wondered if Semi-Pro would appear in the stream tonight while you Plonker Rodney is playing, and surprisingly we've not seen Heidner here of him. Maybe he's busy doing something. I'm not saying what he's busy doing, but he might be busy doing it, you know what I mean? Just to stir the pot a little more. Now, Rodney was asking, I've just noticed that in the chat, he says, can I play the carom in Balkend? And Matt says, don't think so. Now, was that from Ball in Hand he was asking that question? Maybe that's what he was asking. You certainly can't play a carom in the kitchen with ball in hand unless the one ball's on its spot. But meanwhile, Rodney's visit was just 17. And this is the old one pocket slim escape route again. And the 5 ball now dead in the rail. Now, is it that dead that he can't cut this along the rail and get it on its spot? See, I don't like that idea simply because the 3's there and the 5's there. If he'd played the 5 and gone up the table, it probably looked a lot easier with the 5 up there rather than behind the 3 at that distance. I would have cut the 3 every day of the week there, because it's off the rail. I mean, that was not not the 3. I would have cut the 5, because look at how far off the rail it was. That was an easy enough pot. And you'd have been down this end of the table with the 5 in its spot. I think the table would have looked a bit better that way. Well, Rodney has come up dry on his next visit. And again, had that 5 been on its spot, this would have been a lot easier. It's still sitting there. And now it's in a bit better position. Yep, that's a shot. Pot the 5. Get it into the middle of the table. You'd be really unlucky not to leave yourself a carom. Oh, he's gone to the rail too soon though. 10-foot table catching players out. Nobody knows, Jose, only Semi-Pro knows. That's all we're saying. Who said that? Who said that, Jose? Who said that Rodney's semi-pro? I didn't. Do 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 do. I think everybody said it over the last couple of months since this tournament's been on. Now, who predicted these scores early on? Did I see one prediction for Matt 3 racks to 1 and one for Rodney 3 racks to 1, or was that another match previously? Well, Rodney in the driving seat at the moment. It's just a question whether he can stack something up here. Oh, I'll tell you something, that 5-ball rattling the jaws has probably done him a favour there. Well, he hasn't really manoeuvred the cue ball very well though. He's got big distance, and this is tough. In fact, it's far too tight, that 5-ball. Now, if he's going to go forward, he's got to put left English on this to get to the rail and kick the back of that 3. In fact, he didn't. I don't think he needed it. I think he had a perfect line. Played it very well. Could be a big visit here for YPR. But he's struggling, you know, he's struggling to stay at the table here. He's got to go in the left side of that 5-ball and go to the rail and kick the 3. That's a far easier target, in my opinion, going to the side rail and nudging the back end of the 3. Oh, he's missed it though. He's missed it. And the run ends on 32. But that was certainly the shot. And it was still quite a big target, that 3-ball from the rail. You've got a reasonable margin of error to get there. Well, the question is can Matt stay in touch? He's got to clear that deficit. Can't be breaking down before he's cleared that. Well, you're certainly late for this match, Eddie, but you're in plenty of time for the hot seat match come Sunday if you stick around. Good evening. And of course, the winner of this match tonight will play Tam in the next survival round in the one-loss side. And Matt's still 13 points short of the first target here. Get to 49. 5-ball needs to keep going. Needs to get past that side pocket. Oh, well, I think he's just going to catch the rail. I think he's okay. Well, that's not bad. And now he wants to. Well, if he's going to play the 5, the one thing I would say is it's far better to go onto the rail up here and come back into the table rather than leaving it down there. Well, in fact, he's decided he wants to go all around the table. And this is... It's going to be a not a semi-pro, a one-pocket slim escape route here, I think, is it? Is he playing the big draw? Or is he going... Oh no, he can squeeze the force follow. That's a good shot at distance. Well, now he's pretty good. Get the one ball on its spot. 3 and 5 sitting handy. And look at the way that cue ball's going. That was heading into the pocket every day of the week there with any more pace on it. And Matt now takes the lead in a rack that he must win to stay in the tournament. Two hours and 4 minutes old, this match. Well, that's tight looking, but I'll tell a lie's on a pot. Right in the heart of the pocket. And that's not a bad line either for the force follow again. Now that just needs to hold up there where it is, that 5 ball, so that there's little room to go behind the 5 ball, because you want to play that 3-5 and get the 5 ball out of there. That cue ball needs to keep running a bit. Now he's got to be careful how he plays this, because he doesn't want to get into the cue ball too much and come off the back of that and go into the hole like that, like that. Well, any more pace, we know where that was going. So 3 into the side, 3 back in its spot, and somewhere just either inside or just slightly outside the kitchen will do. That just needs to slow up here. It's running too far. Yeah, he's got to go. Well, he can play the stun straight onto it, or he can go 2 rails into the back of it. He's going the 2 rails. 3 balls going in, which is a bit of a bonus, but problem is he's not sitting really comfortable in a pot though. You know, you've got an off-angle blind pocket cut in the 3, and you've got a long pot in the 1, and they're neither of them gimmies on a table that you're not 100% familiar with. And now he's just having to make shots now. There's still a big target, this 5 ball. I'd expect him to hit that. And Septies went round the back of it. Run ends on 55. A good contribution, but is it good enough? It's still way short of the 90. And Rodney, an ever-present threat, could be at the 90 long before Matt after this visit. Five ball goes in, that does no harm, although it's again an off-angle pot in the 5 ball. You know, these are semi-blind pocket shots, and he's played out a sequence there. He's on a pot and he's played the carom. That's another big mistake from Rodney. How big a mistake is it going to be? It could be fatal. It could be fatal. Every possibility it could be. Because by the time Matt's finished here, he could have broken the back of this match, been well into the 90s. And that's why you have to keep your concentration. It's so easy to do that. I've done it 100 times in Cowboy. You're so focused on getting a line and a shot that you end up going out of sequence. You're playing a carom when you should be in a pot. Well, the mistakes he made earlier certainly cost him 1 rack. But this could also cost Rodney a long drawn out battle in a final rack if things take shape the way they're going it. Well, Matt, I presume that was a bank that he played. It was nowhere near it. And the visit was only 12. So Rodney's got off the hook big time there. And can redeem himself as well if he wants to. If he can hold his nerve. Well, he's still got a couple of days to do it though. He might be deliberately leaving it to the last minute. Well, 1 ball spots, he should be sitting reasonably good here. This is very comfortable. Now, I might be playing this quite firm to get that 1 ball to come around the table here. I might be running this 1 ball a wee bit here. See, now he's forced into taking the 5, so you've got to go up the table with this 5 ball. So now he's got a two-way shot here. He can do the force follow to the 1, or he can go the thin edge down to the 3. He's given himself the choice, which should be your objective every shot that you can in Cowboy. So Rodney on 80, 10 away from really the business end of the rack and a possible match winning opportunity. Napnicker told us a couple of weeks ago he'd messaged him, but now the assumption is that he's getting these messages forwarded to his email address. That we don't know. We just have to assume that he is. Maybe he's decided he's going to quit while he's ahead. 2-time champion, doesn't need to prove anything else, and he's had enough of VP4. Maybe he's going to join the 200 other odd people that will be playing right now in Shooter's Pool. I can guarantee you that. And maybe he's decided he wants to try and dominate the snooker over there. I haven't been in there for weeks though. Been a good while since I've been in. So 88 apiece, and a 5-1 thin edge it looks like. Is he playing the force follow? No, it's going to be thin edge. And now, well, into the cams, but not sitting all that great. So he could come back off the short rail up behind the 1 and towards the 5. That's what he's tried. He's got the hit, and that's turned out pretty good. Now, if he plays the force follow in the 1 with the line that it's got, it's going to come down towards the 3. That's a shot to play. You've got to watch the path of this 1 ball and the pace of it. That needs to keep running. It needs to keep going. He hasn't hit it enough, or has he? He might be able to get to the rail. So he's got to overcut this and make sure he's got a wee bit of spin to help him get to the 3, I think. Yeah, he's got a wee bit of left on it. He wants to cut it past the pocket And that'll work. He needed just a wee bit more weight on that one ball for it to come further up the table, but he got away with it. And now this just depends how ambitious you want to be. I mean, 31 points at this stage is vital, that he's into the caroms and he's on 93. But Matt's so close, he daren't try and just play it safe. He's got to try and stay at the table, and this is good. Very good shot. It's all hard work now. Now, can he play something similar off this 5 ball? Yes, he can. I think he can. He's not looking at it, but I think you can actually sort of half ball stun that 5, go to the rail and spin to the 3. Although he's stuck to the rail this side, I think he needs to jack up. Now, he could overcut it that way and come 2 rails into the back of the 1. I think that's what he's doing. Oh, no, he's got that all. As he can round the corner, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And if he has played it, that was very well done. That was a very good shot. Well, Rodney on 95. The run is 33. What a time to put this sort of run together. He's got to keep the points, though. They ain't on the board yet until he's finished his visit. But he's battling away to stay there. Trying to get the job done here and now. And clinch the match. And the 3 ball is just tracking a wee bit hit. Oh, well, that bump has done him a huge favour. This is a match winning chance now. Well, if he can produce the goods at the vital time in the match, this 5 ball, sorry, not 5 ball, 3 ball, he's got a dangerous cut to come off that 3 to try and get to the 5. Got to be careful here. Looks as if he's trying to bank it sort of and spin around the corner. Yeah, that's a shot, and that was very well played. And that takes him to 99. I don't know that he can force follow the 5. Yes, he can. He certainly can. In fact, he can go thin edge of the 5 to get to the 3. So he's good here to get to the 100. Problem is how does he want to play the outshot? Now, if he plays the 5 to the 3, he's got to make sure he doesn't hook himself. He could nudge behind this 3. You know, he's trying to get up to the 1. Maybe that was the better shot. Did he get there? No, he hasn't. Well, what a run. A run of 37, of which 9 of them were caroms at a very, very vital point in the match. And that has got Mac pinned into a corner here. Well, that's one way to ask your opponent what you made of, if you got the balls to get into the mix of it when I'm 9 in front and you're still not at the caroms yet. So Matt's been asked the question, and he's got to think the same way about how to keep these balls alive, how to hit the object ball and get them coming together as best he can. But anyway, game, set and match here. Opportunity for Rodney. And that's going too wide. It's not holding the line. So that's one go at getting out. Now that wasn't difficult. I mean, that shot was not difficult. He just got it too thick. I mean, there's a margin of error to cheat that pocket quite a bit when you're playing that shot. And he actually overdone it big time there on that 1 ball. Well, Matt's at last chance saloon here in how he protects this 1 ball. And he's not sitting exactly perfect here. Now, 1 ball's in the kitchen. Now, if Rodney's got any sense, he would just put the cue ball into the pocket here. If that was me, I'd just be sticking the cue ball in the pocket. That's what I'd be doing. Matt's already in one foul. I would play him at his own game here. He shouldn't be doing anything with any other balls on the table. That's the first thing he shouldn't be doing. He should be leaving them the way they are and just pot the cue ball. He's scratching his head wondering what to do. But I'm telling you, that's what he should do. He should just pot the bloody cue ball and have done with it. Stick Matt back at the table. See that? I mean, Matt's, Matt can just play a ball and he's back on 0 fouls. Why Rodney didn't pot that cue ball, I do not know. He would have forced Matt having to go onto a rail to kick the one ball out the kitchen. And if he missed it, he'd have been 2 fouls. So Rodney wasn't thinking there at all. Now, hang on a minute here. That's Matt in 2 fouls now. Am I right? Now, Rodney now should put the cue ball in the pocket. Is Matt in 2 fouls? Somebody tell me he's in 2 fouls. If he is, Rodney should be putting the cue ball in the pocket and then Matt's got to kick at the one. Well, he's finally done it. But is Matt on 2 fouls? I haven't a clue. I've lost track here. I think he's in 2 fouls. I might be wrong. Somebody must be paying attention. Well, he's played the 3 ball, which is obviously out the kitchen. Right. Because Matt's back in 89, isn't he? That's why. Well, that was a dicey little shot to try and get out into the side pocket there. Well, this has got to hit. If he's playing the stun across to the 5, but the danger is he could end up potting it. Well, the point is, he's played the 1 ball to get to 90 and he's carried the 5, which has took him over the 90. Back to square one, and Rodney has got a free shot for the out. That's going to the knuckle. It's not going in. So that's 2 goes he's had it getting out. Now, this is where you've now got to employ all the dirty underhand tactics that you're able to play in this game. But there is a time to make that move and there's a time to just keep it tight. Now, that is always a 2-railer up into that top left hand corner. What he's left him. Now, I don't know whether he's called that corner, but I think he's called the wrong pocket. What's he trying to do? He should be going there. That's where you should be going. There. Yeah, that was always going to double kiss. That's never going to work. That's the line he should have took. That's the pocket he should have called. Well, every move that Matt makes is critical that he gets it right, because if he leaves a sniff of this one, well, that's fatal. That's goodbye and good night, Vienna. Game, set, and match. There's no way I'm missing this. And there you go. Matt just shot himself in the foot there right at the end. And Rodney was a very valid winner of that match. He battled, scored at the right time, lost a lot of points, remember, early on. But a worthy winner at 3 racks to 1. So now, and Matt's glad it's all over, so now, with that match being completed, we now have the one loss side very much in shape. We've got YPR against Tam, and the winner of that match, which is a deadline, which is July the 6th, so another few days left on that, and then the winner of that match will then play Slim to see who gets to the semi-final, if you want to call it that. And then, of course, the loser of the hot seat match, which we have coming up on Sunday between Cobra and VP Monster, will move across to that one-loss side. So we're almost done, but not quite. And before we go, we'll have a quick look, if we can get this to work. We'll have a quick look at the Virtual World Snooker Championships. They start on July the 3rd, which is Wednesday, and we have 13 open seats. It was set for 32. So what the hell am I doing? It's the player list I'm looking for. So there's still enough room for more people to get in. You've got Rodney in there, Whiskey, Tony, Sam. I wonder if he'll actually show up, because he signs up for these things and then totally forgets about them. I don't know about this Tench guy. I don't think he'll ever appear. Tarek, Spudboy, Rosen, Progressive Pool, MC Clarkey, LS3, Liddle, Lard, Kenway, Interchangex, DJ Simon, Cold as Pillow, Chiku, Bankster, Albinario. I never saw a Jose in there, Jose. I don't see a Jose in there. So there's time yet to get signed up. Maybe Jose thinks he's already signed up and he wasn't aware of that. Well, he should be aware of it now. So that's in a couple of days' time. So that is it, folks. That is another successful night where everything went okay and I've had no problems. I'll leave everybody guessing as to all I did in the last 3 days. For this to be as it is. It's inexplainable, but it's all I've done. I'm not telling you anything else. Well, you had a good run, Matt, while it lasted. Good luck for the snooker when it starts, and well, I hope you can join us over the weekend. Might be something sooner than that if Tam and Rodney get themselves together to get their match done. We will see. Hopefully I'll be around to keep an eye on it. But until we meet again, I will thank you for your company, guys. I've enjoyed it tonight. Good match. Well done to Rodney. Unlucky to Matt. And better luck next time. And I will bid you good night. I'm off for a coffee and to catch some of this football. So take care. See you later, guys.